Hola a todos y bienvenidos a Chorreaventuras de Blackpool. Hoy jugaremos a The Stanley Parabellum, el Stanley raro. Y bueno, es interesante que el menú sea un menú dentro de un menú dentro de un menú dentro de un menú. Así que vamos a empezar con ello, porque creo que este es un juego que, dependiendo de las acciones que tomes, el juego avanza de una manera u otra. El final es nunca el nivel final, es nunca el final está cargando. Bien, bien. De momento la pantalla de carga no me emociona.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No, yo soy Blackout.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and
Qué emocionante.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Bueno, realmente me da igual, es decir, mientras me sigan pagando, ¿qué más da que lleguen órdenes o no lleguen órdenes? ¿Puedo hacer algo? No puedo saltar, puedo agacharme. Soy 427, bien. ¿Por qué suena...? Me quedaré aquí encerrado.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly.
¿Dónde están las
The thing
cámaras?
to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
The darkness. What? ¿Y bien? He visto algo aquí.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he
Mira.
had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome...
Sí, esto se puede pasar, por favor. Vale, o sea que eso es un final. Bien, bien, me he pasado Stanley Parable. Vale. Nada por aquí. A ver. Este es un cuadro con una valla y una carretera. ¿Por qué él tiene un mapa completo?
All of his co-workers were gone.
¡Ve!
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Seguramente, un memo se ha
No
perdido.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Me encanta esta taza. ¿Quién se ha pedido? ¿Quién se ha pedido? ¿Qué es esto? G814 F1. I like... Me gusta trabajar, pero odio a mi jefe. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué se apaga? Yo quería usarlo. Oh, es cierto, no se usan ordenadores. ¿Qué es esto? No puedo... Como que a los poderosos... Semi Valentín... ¿Vengo de ahí? Creo que no. No vengo de ahí. No puedo correr. Odio los lunes. Es tan típico. Mira, no es un mapa, es una hoja. Me gusta mi mapa del campo abierto. Username access. Maldita sea. Bien, he hecho un input. ¿Ahora qué? ¡Ey! ¿Cómo me he subido ahí? Ah, ahora puedo hacer lo que siempre deseo en la oficina. Me cagaré en el sitio de... ¿Por qué? Porque le odio. Ahora. ¿Qué puñetas está pasando aquí? Espera, estoy volviendo para atrás, ¿por qué? Ese es mi sitio. Ese es mi sitio.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oye, el que hace los comentarios soy yo. Espera. ¿Qué pasa con esta puerta? Esta puerta funciona de forma rara. Las puertas no hacen esto. O se ven en un sentido o se ven en otro. No se ven en los dos sentidos. Vale.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bien, pues eso es lo que hice. Es lo que haré. Y seguía sin haber nadie.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
El futuro fue ayer, mañana es hoy. ¿Qué? Mañana completa... ¿What? Completa la... Vale, sí, completa las cosas que se han quedado pendientes de ayer. O sea, mañana completa lo de hoy. Pero como... Mañana es ayer y hoy es ahora, esto no tiene ningún sentido. Sacar a Chris del armario de la escoba. Cosas típicas. ¿Qué quiere la gente? Cosas. ¿Qué pone aquí? Happy feelings. Sentimientos felices. Mike James, estás despedido. Gráficos sobre cosas y dinero. Tenemos nuestro nuevo producto. Sí, es como funciona el mundo.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Así que alguien ha sacado ya Kiss. Perfecto. ¿Y si me quedo encerrado? ¿Dices algo?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Pero
no reason to still be here.
¿Por qué puede reactivo si es un corner? Seguramente si me queda ahí el tiempo suficiente dirá cosas, pero...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Muy bien. Gracias por guiarme, voz misteriosa. ¿Qué Pero... ¿Hay alguien aquí? Vaya. Aprovechando que no había nadie, quería usar el baño. Señor Barnes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Bien. No estoy tecleando. Quiero tocar el piano. Tocar piano. Así que detrás
Stanley
de...
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
¿Qué se me está ocultando? ¿Cuál es la verdad? La verdad es que me quedaré aquí en lo oscuro, mirando al infinito. No. Afrontaremos la verdad con valentía. No. Sí. No. Ah, estoy encerrado. Ah.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Son gases. La lasaña del desayuno hoy la ha sentado mal.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Si es lo que he hecho. Un botón grande que pone luz. Bueno, que es una bombilla. ¿Qué haré? Pulsarlo. No. Sí.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Cámaras. Cosa. Odio los lunes. Oh, no me puedo tirar por ahí. Buh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ya, pero ¿cuál es la mía? ¿Cuál es la 527? Hay gente despedido. 500... Ay, ¿ese soy yo? No. O era 427. ¿Quién era yo? No recuerdo cuál era mi número. Ese sí tiene pinta de ser mi cubículo. Y ven. Qué oscuros secretos y maquinaciones nos será el tercer botón. ¿Qué es esto?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
¡Oh, Dios mío! ¡Qué preguntas tan profundas!
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yo no veo nada de eso que decía de feliz y mierdas varias. ¿Qué es esto de 4? 4, purupum. 4 es purupum. ¿Por qué? Purupum. Vamos, purupum, 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 purupum. ¿Qué es esto? Purupum. Qué bonito. Hey, eso es 5. He visto 4. Porque 5 es pum 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 pum. Pantallote.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Vale. He puesto fin al control mental. Soy un héroe. Pero he apagado todo y todavía no podía salir.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
Ah, lo que sigue.
Was it over?
No veo nada.
Yes.
¿Qué?
He had won.
El que ha ganado.
Defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Cállate y déjame salir.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley
Libertad.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
Libertad.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to
Pero
happen.
que quiero ver el edificio.
And Stanley was happy.
Bien, he conseguido el happy ending. Por eso todo es blanco. ¡Hey! Tengo un logro. Bien, pues esto es Stanley Parable 427. Este es Stanley Parable, el primer ending. Bueno, el segundo realmente, porque el primero es quedarnos encerrados, así que... extraño. A ver. En efecto, esa es la hora actual. Son las 11:22 de la mañana del domingo. Así que hasta la próxima chorriaventura de Blanco en Stanley Parable. Hasta la próxima.